Which brings us to book 5, Haunted, where you learn a little too much about Paul. Because what does he do? He randomly shows up at Sue's school. Because, yeah, he goes there now. And he keeps hinting at stuff, Mediator things. And he's like, I know more than you, Suze. We should hang out and I can teach you. And I'm like, hell no, stay away from that kid. But he does know some more things than she does. Something about soul transference and how there's like another level of being a mediator called being a shifter. And like that's why she was able to go to purgatory in the first place, because mediators who are shifters can actually shift between worlds, blah, 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 blah. And she does decide to hang out with Paul. I have notes, okay? Maybe what I wrote here will put it into perspective for how messed up this is, okay? Leave it to a priest to be more concerned about a teenage girl kissing a ghost in her bedroom, Jessie, than her classmate not taking no for an answer after she withdrew consent, which wasn't enthusiastically or explicitly given in the first place, which is never okay. My very next sentence is, I effing hate Paul. 3 exclamation points. He may be rich, but he's not cool. He's still wearing polos and khakis. Like, take yourself down 5 notches, at least. He's supposed to be hot, but he's just bad vibes all around. He literally left her in purgatory in the last book. He left her in purgatory with no way to get out other than, well, I guess I'll figure it out because I got here myself. And why does he think she would like him again? Also, Paul is so concerned with Suze reaching her full potential as a mediator, but he doesn't help his little brother. In fact, he never mentions his little brother in this book at all. The little brother, like he never existed. Like he never happened. Jessie also hates Paul, by the way. And one of my favorite things about this series is that mediators and ghosts can physically touch, which means Jessie can punch Paul. Suze's stepbrothers, the older 2, younger one's in middle school, so like he's not throwing a party. But the older 2 throw a rager hot tub party because their dad just finished putting in a hot tub and the parents are gone for the weekend. Classic teen party goes wild. Paul comes upstairs, interrupting Jessie and Suze talking and actually having a conversation, being normal human beings, even if one of them is dead. Paul says some creepy shit, Jessie punches him in the face, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever read. And when Suze holds Jessie back, like grabs his arm to keep him from punching Paul more, he lets her. Most of the time. Even though he could just dissolve and disappear, reappear outside of her grasp. But he listens to her. It doesn't last long though, because Paul says something else that he deserves a punch for. And Jessie and Paul are just like, it's like one of those old-timey cartoons where it's just like a tumbleweed ball of dust of punching and arms and like expletives, like, and they do that down the hallway, down the stairs, in front of a bunch of people and sprawling into the dance floor, aka their living room. And this is so funny, okay? Because all the party people see is Paul flying down the stairs, like he's getting punched by something invisible, and just, like, getting beaten up, but there's no explanation. They can't see Jessie punching him in the face. He's just like, I laughed so hard rereading this. Like, I totally forgot that scene happened, and it is the best ever. It completely takes over the actual, like, ghosts they're trying to help this book, because I don't care about that. I only care about Jessie beating up Paul, and they end up going through the glass back door, and Jessie pushes Paul's face down into the hot tub. And again, nobody else can see Jesse except Paul and Suze. So all everyone else sees is just Paul shoving, just like face planting into the hot tub for no reason. And then the ghost that they're trying to like get to cross over sees this happen, and his brother that he's currently trying to kill is at the party. So he's like, good idea, Jesse. And then pushes his brother's face into the water too. But another thing I like from this book is Suze's best friend Cece figures out that Jesse is a ghost. Because she knew Suze liked somebody and found out his name was Jesse. And then after seeing this shit at the party, she's like, oh, I see what really happened. That was Jesse beating up Paul, right? And Suze is like, maybe. Jesse and Suze come together and they have a little talk and they finally communicate that they like each other to their faces. And then they have their first kiss over Jesse's grave. How gothic. Chef's kiss.